to evaluate is the Marie L. Holland Library at Crittenden Middle School in Newport News, Virginia. I'm first going to describe how the library meets the needs of the 5 library stakeholder groups. The first group is the administration. The page that I feel meets the needs best of the administration is the research page. Right here is the online library. When we go to the online library, we can get to the research page. In the Whole School Library Handbook, Lance, Rodney, and Swartz and the impact of school libraries on academic achievement discuss the importance that administration places on the teaching of information literacy standards. I believe that this section of this website, with the citation guidebook, citation creators, copyright and fair use, and within that section, links to copyright-free images and music, illustrates that very well. In the next group of stakeholders is the classroom teachers. The section that I feel meets the needs of the classroom teachers best is the library guides, also in the research section. According to the article, The Teacher's Take on the School Library Program, Harvey says that in order to serve the teachers, the librarian needs to be well-versed in the curriculum. If you look at the library guides, I believe this exemplifies that. In the language arts resources, there's a grade 7 autobiography guide and disaster relief for another teacher. And in the social studies resources, there is a Spanish American War research guide, USA and World resources, 20th century decade resources, biographical resources, etc. The next group of stakeholders are the students. The section of the website that meets the students' needs the best is the book section, also called the culture of reading. According to Franklin in the Empowering Learning articles in School Library Monthly, he discusses making the library inviting with enough appropriate resources for all students to find information for academic and leisure needs. Also, in Empowering Learners, Guidelines for School Library Programs, as an information specialist, the school librarian provides 24/7 access to library services. If you look here in the digital library books in the library section, there are links for the student to be able to access ebooks, audiobooks, and also free online books. The next group of stakeholders is the parents. The section of the website I believe that best meets the needs of the parents is the Tech Help section of the online library homepage. From the Whole School Library Handbook, McGarry, in the article The School Library Link, notes that parents will respond to information about school libraries if it speaks to their needs and their concerns. Parents already know how influential technology is to their children and is concerned about this. They don't always know that librarians teach about this. The Home Tech Help section illustrates this very well. The last group of stakeholders to be discussed is community members. The section that best meets the needs of this group is, again, on the online library, the About Us section. In the Texas State Library and Archives document, Standard 5, Learner-Centered Connections to the Community, it states in Principle 4 that the librarian develops, maintains, and markets the vision, goals, and needs of the school library program to the broadest community constituency to promote the library and student success. I believe that this page does that very well. It gives general information about the library. It also talks about the library's mission, what resources they have available, and also special events. Now I'd like to discuss how the library program exemplifies the 5 roles of the school librarian. The web page that I feel demonstrates the role of leader the best is from the online site, the Chats and Grabs section. The Chats and Grabs section includes presentations by the school librarian. In Empowering Learners, Section 4, Empowering Learning Through Leadership, one of the actions is participates in local, regional, state, and national professional associations for education and librarianship, and another action is shares knowledge about libraries and learning by publishing articles in the school or other community and news sources. In this case, that would be the school website. It's obvious from this page that the librarian not only participates in professional associations, but contributes to them as well. The next web page of the Marie Holland Library site that I feel demonstrates the role of instructional partner is the library guides page, specifically the language arts and social studies pages, guides. In Empowering Learners, Teaching for Learning, 4 Effective Practices for Inquiry, it says that the school librarian partners with the classroom teacher in the creation, implementation, and assessment of inquiry-driven curricular units that effectively teach multiple literacies as well as content and research skills. In the language arts section, there's an autobiography guide which has 2 pages in which the librarian works with the classroom teacher on an autobiography lesson. And in the social studies section, there's a Spanish-American War research guide. The page of the website that I feel demonstrates the role of information specialist the best is on the online library site, the research page, specifically the copyright and fair use section of that page. In Empowering Learners, it states that expertise in the ethical use of information also remains a cornerstone of the school librarian's role as information specialist. It goes on to say that as copyright options expand and change, the school librarian must be well versed in the theoretical grounding and practical application of such laws so they can teach students. I believe that this part of the website shows that the librarian is capable of doing that. The web page of the website that I feel exemplifies the role of the teacher the best is the books page, also known as the culture of reading. According to Empowering Learners, Section 6, the changing role of the school librarian, the school librarian advocates for reading for pleasure and supports reading comprehension skill across all formats. If I look at this, this would be encouraging reading by offering information on books, book reviews, also different formats, ebooks, audiobooks, and also poetry. Lastly, the web page that I feel exemplifies the role of the program administrator the best is the main page of the library. According to Empowering Learners, Section 6, to augment information resources available to the learning community, the school librarian works actively with stakeholders and sister organizations at local and global levels. So here we see links to other libraries and also to databases from other locations. One strength in the library is found on the research page, the main page in the middle. In Empowering Learners, it is mentioned that in exploring the 5 key roles, several themes emerged, one of those being the need to model emerging technologies to reach learners. On this page of the section, there are many links to that modeling. The first is student blogs, and that takes you to student book trailers made with Animoto. There's also a picture that's asking students to join the school network group, which includes Facebook, Twitter, and Flickr. There's a section that shows the librarians using QR codes and explaining them to students and how to use them in the library, and also 2 presentations using GoAnimate and other links that illustrate this strength. The second strength in the school library is on the main library, online library page. In Empowering Learners, another theme that emerged was the need to create virtual 24/7 access to the school library. Anyone visiting the library webpage is able to, by clicking on the online library link, to be taken to a page with 24/7 access to everything the library has to offer, and the 2 main pieces are right here, which makes it very convenient. One area for development was outreach to parents. I really didn't see any of that at all. In Empowering Learners, Section 7, Outreach, it mentions that the school librarian should encourage parents to support learners by volunteering in the school library, and also for the librarian to participate in PTA, PTO, or other school-based groups. So here I created a page that I would link off the main library page. Here would be a blog area for pictures and goings-on in the library with videos, a volunteering in the library page that would have information about volunteering and also a Google form so people could volunteer directly. Also PTO news that would have information on PTO meetings.